My name is Julia Makarova, and I live in Denmark for 11 years. I'm an environmental engineer in education, Masters of Science, Environmental Management and Policy. I worked for last 10 years in Denmark in wind power energy in different companies here on the international level. I love my job, I love what I do, and I think this passion, which didn't allow me to see where enough was enough, where I felt too tired or maybe not motivated anymore to go to work, and I was not able to waking up in the morning. I didn't feel rested, and I pain in the back, loss of concentration, and I dismissed these signals for a long time. And I tried to find, okay, why I'm tired, and trying different approaches, but it didn't help. Not meditation, practice, yoga, nature, nothing helped, and I actually got sick. But my doctor and psychologist and psychiatrist diagnosed me, with depression. It was a bit difficult because I didn't feel like it was a depression. I knew I had the symptoms, yes, but it was not how it started. It started suddenly. I just couldn't. It was finishing a big project. We were finishing a big project. We were going launching a big IT system. We've been waiting for many years, and I was really looking forward to it. But I knew we were not totally ready, so I had to really push, and it was a combination of different factors, which I had inflammation for a long time. For 1 month I was feeling sick over and over again, and then there was December coming up, Christmas parties, my husband went to travel, so it's kind of a combination of these factors, and I suddenly broke down. So I couldn't, next day I just couldn't get up anymore, and I was crying and crying and crying, and I was very tired, and I didn't know what it was. I called up psychologist, psychiatrist, followed the whole system, and I was home sick with stress, as they call it. It was interesting because before I knew about these cases, but I've never kind of could see or heard precisely how that happens and what are consequences. And when I first noticed what I was not able, it was not just being too tired or having depression. I was not able to think. It was hurting my body. Also, I was not able to read. For example, I could see the book and I was not able to focus on the letters. I was very sensitive to noise and different other inputs. For example, like being outside or a party, or just planning a Christmas dinner was really hard. It was very hard. I felt like there was quite significant damage to my brain happen. And whenever I tried to speak up to my doctors, they say, it's okay, it takes time. It takes time, it will recover. And I was like, how long time? Nobody knew. And I started looking and asking everyone, how long time? Who knows who was sick? And some people say 2 years, sometimes 1 year, sometimes the people told me very often, forget about what you have done before or who you were before, because you cannot do this anymore. During the year, I've tried a number of different things because I have believed what was a depression. So I did everything to overcome the depression and symptoms of depression. It's like, okay, I was sure I have to control my neurotransmitters level, reduce cortisol, bring the dopamine, serotonin up, and I was trying to focus on that. And actually, the low dosage of antidepressive helped a lot because it gave energy a little bit and a little bit more strength in the body. So I was able to actually go outside and get the sun and vitamin D and everything else what I thought was needed for regulation of neurotransmitters. Slowly it went better, And when I tried to go back to work, I was getting all symptoms back, even worse. So every time I was trying it was very little. I was basically a grade with my job in the commune. I would come for 2-4 hours a week and just drink coffee, and even that was giving me all the symptoms back, and I was not able to do anything on a computer or read. So because it doesn't matter how much antidepressants I take, I still not able to open the computer and read an email. I still could not remember what I had the meetings to do, attend. And then I was committed because I knew about neuroplasticity of the brain, and I knew nobody's gonna help me, so I had to find my own way. And then work to rebuild back all the functions in the brain in some or other way. I tried to do the training on cognitive functions on the apps. There are different ones, but I felt it was still too hard. My performance was like low, like less than 30% of all the users. And I started asking around because I seen my mom had a stroke and I had friends with concussion, and I saw we had very similar symptoms on the way how we react on the external inputs. And I was like, okay, I need to talk with people who had a concussion, because maybe they have a bit better resources available or more knowledge on how to rebuild back functions of the brain. And I went to all the different Facebook groups of the brain injury. It was felt a little bit off because it was not a physical brain injury, and I couldn't even show to anyone I had a brain injury. Because I was not allowed to get any test, and they said, no, we don't do that for anything. And my friend who had a concussion, she said, try neurofeedback. And I googled, and I found the neurofeedback center here in Aarhus.